like Void Spirit obviously is gonna do something with remnants again. They
Of
all have
course, all
remnants.
spirits do.
Like, maybe he'll get to teleport to them or something. Like, I feel like he looks like a portally kind of, doesn't he?
Did from the very short trailer we saw, and I believe in the trailer he teleported from the dark plane into the arena there in China. So I mean, actually, I was really annoyed. I actually popped out to the toilet when I came back. Everyone was like, "Did you miss it?" And I was like, "Ah, they announced a hero, didn't they?" Yeah, that was very
Yeah,
sad.
they
But
did. Yeah. And as all other spirits before him, especially on introduction, he is going to do too much.
yeah,
Like,
seems likely. That's a fair
I, f-
guess.
I feel one of the problems with the new heroes has been that they all have like some form of scaling right click ability. They have a stun. They have a wave clearing nuke and mobility. Mars is the only one that didn't really have mobility, but they all seem to have the entire kit. If you look at Dark Willow, Grimstroke, Monkey King, mm, the entire hubbub, they all have they can fulfill a lot of different functions because they have a very diverse kit as opposed to an internally synergized kit. And
Yeah,
I think it's a bit of a problem because of the diversity of those heroes, they're very hard to balance. Like, look at how many nerfs Earth Spirit needed before he got to a place where he's just a regular staple. It's because the hero can do anything. And I am wary of that with both the Void Spirit and Snapfire. I want to see heroes with more internal strength as opposed to just, external utility.
yeah, I see what you're saying, and I kind of agree. I like to think that when they released Dark Willow, they were like, "Wait a minute, she doesn't have enough damage. Quick, give her another ultimate."
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Like, team fight ult, big nukes.
It's
It's
an interesting one, but we have Alina picked up from Team Singularity. Let's drag it back over to Raft. So this hero, she's got a lot of range. She's kind of takes the pick away from Team Liquid. In fact, I almost feel like it might have been a bit of a counter block pick, but then again, they've got the Ember and Lena feels a little too fire based, a little too quick, and not really enough kind of carry potential in that team. It's a bit awkward.
volatile.
Volatile word. Um, so they'll take up the Lena for themselves. It's a great hero to combat with the axe as well. I'm imagining some sort of big carry for Excalibur to put anything off for them, and Liquid just go straight in for the Brood, which is interesting versus Lena, because generally Lena and Axe both considered very good versus the Brood Mother.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. One of the things that Quagfa absolutely excels at is playing the lane with his hero and then getting as much as possible out of the jungle with his spiderlings. He's using them to stack 3 camps at a time.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of what the Brood has become about recently. She's not really a lane dominant like she used to be, but she's more of like a hard farming hero, which just absorbs the lane and everything around the lane.
yeah, and what she also is and we this started all the way back with Matumba Man on Team Liquid, but she controls the middle of the map. And especially with the big focus that Singularity put on that mid lane as well, if you can keep their attention there, then they might just overreact to that and go chasing after a Broodmother, who is, after all, a very hard kill. So I can see where Team Liquid is coming from. They can probably, like, if Singularity play that same way again, they can demand so much space with that Broodmother. She's going to be running around, she's going to be farming, she's going to be chased down by 2 or 3 heroes, and she'll be just fine. And at the same time, this Ember Spirit's going to get space on the map, and then whatever this last carry hero is going to be, the void is still open, and I wouldn't be sad to see Mika pick that up again. Although, on the other hand, like, laning against an axe is a little bit the previous situation was in.
Yeah, I mean, that's the option to move things around, but Liquid's wow.
Ooh.
This is very new from them. Brood and Necro being picked up, two heroes which have not been popular, and Team Singularity just go straight in and pick up the Meepo.
Well, you heard me wonder just before the draft already, right? Alchemist is kind of cheesy. I wonder if they do it again.
Nope, they've
And
swapped up their Emmental for some Gorgonzola here. They'll grab the Meepo instead. But yeah, it's a bit of cheese on cheese action here as Liquid have also picked up the Brood, which is considered a bit of a cheesy pick. So all things considered, it's looking pretty interesting. And of course, thank you, Boxy, for having that parrot set looking absolutely
yes,
dapper.
I love that thing. It was very important for me to that would make it into the game, and I don't care what the haters say. Okay, this is the first set in Dota that's been absolutely worth it in a while.
I mean, is Necrophos being a bird canon?
I, he can be whatever he wants to be. He's he's basically a dead. What is he even? Is he like sort of a priest walking around? He has these sort of Catholic vibes, doesn't
He does. I believe. I'm not sure if it was a. Yeah, I think it's a hospital. I don't think it was a. It was a church.
he?
I think it was a hospital. He was the. Yeah, he was. No, it was a church. Actually, I think it was a church, and he was a priest, and he corrupted it or something, and turned everybody into horrible disease monsters. And then that's how he became
Well,
kind of like the Pope of Pestilence, etc. So yeah,
if you look
that's
into
his deal.
look into the dead eyes of that bird.
See the horrors of those lives he claimed. Absolutely, yeah. Oh no, Tortoise Lives. He knows more about this stuff than me as we go. So game number 2, it's Team Liquid versus Team Singularity. So we haven't really taken a step back and looked at the broader perspective of this game, but how is this Meepo going to fare up in this game, and how is this Brood going to fare up in this game, and how does Meepo versus Mid? What's the K about in all chat?
I'm not sure.
They
They've
just
been spamming a lot here, and like I said, probably trying to distract each other, and unintentionally also definitely distract us. So Quakefire here is just going to be putting his webs down. They have confirmation that he is in the mid lane now, and I imagine that he's going to be not too happy about the Meepo. Meepo will get to actually clear his spiders off. It's going to be relatively hard for Brood to get a kill on him solo or to push that tower. Also, it's a dire Brood. I hadn't really thought about that, but that just means that one of the things he needs to do, and he already put the web down, is he might want to try and take this side camp away from the Meepo. Either block it or farm it with his spiderlings, so that Meepo can't get as much acceleration out of the fact that he's on Radiant as he'd like to.
Mickey actually comes over to the room just to try and get some information here, but takes a lot of damage for that one as well as the flicking him down. So gonna be coming to the lane maybe with a couple less tangos as Tiger. What's he doing here? Bunch of range creep maybe?
He's just chilling. So we do have a Corliss Shrek, by the way. This is not a support at all. Mage.
Yeah, so it's actually the Lino move to the 4 position, the Leshrac being the core here. I like that quite a lot. It does very well versus the Necrophos in a vacuum at least. Obviously lots of magic damage coming out, lots of physical damage. A good mix means Ghost Shroud doesn't feel fantastic to ever really pop off. Yeah, where is this Undying? That's Undying. He's against a tri-lane, which he's always feeling pretty good against. I'm sure that this might not stay this way, but he comes forwards to grab some strength and just takes a ton of spells back in response. Boxy happy just be spamming out this Death Pulse down here, and no one has a wand yet either, so Boxy not going to be giving away too many heals for that either. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, it is indeed Excalibur on the Meepo versus Quakefer on his Brood. Very interesting matchup indeed, and I'm definitely excited to see which way this one goes so far. Meepo's having a pretty good start, but of course with Poof, that is always pretty easy. I'm sure Quakefer will start to take over at some point. We'll just see what point in the game that is, and Excalibur will have his level 3 shortly enough as well, which is going to mean that he can jungle much earlier than Quakefer can.
Meanwhile, Tiger made his way up to top lane, and he is a bit late. Saberlight was already behind the tower, and he can trade fairly well with that big tree man.
And he's coming over as well to help out, so Saberlight going to be left pretty uncontested. Just has his way with these creeps, and this is much better start for him than last game. I mean, anything would have been a better start for him than last game, but now he gets some creep waves all to himself. You know, they're pulling them over as well. making sure that Saberlight is getting full value out of this as well, as he's going to farm at medium camp as well. DNZ pulls it over for him, so full value right now. As Quaker grabbed an arcane rune.
And Mickey was trying to pull the creep wave over into the camp, but it has already been blocked by a sentry, so heads up play from Singularity there. They are trading jungle right now. Or, sorry, they are farming jungle right now, whereas the poor...
Saberlight? Is he okay here? He's turning around, though. He's turning and fighting into Tiger, but Mickey will come over with the Sleight of Fist and grab the first blood off Saberlight. He nearly got it by taking the fight to Tiger. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Insania actually gets a kill onto Pexu as well, so finally... Insania does drop here, which, Pexu was sitting on low HP for such a long time, drawing them into fights again and again and again, and finally I think he just got impatient, tried to go for a kill, and Mage punished him for it. Well, up at top, DNZ's actually getting run down this time, but Tiger, he actually managed to hold on to the Nature's Guys. The root will come in, and DNZ should be finished off here as well, so Mickey 2 kills now up in the top lane. I'm not going to use. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Pexu now going down, but I think that was a tower suicide. Yes, it was.
Yes. He was shambling his way over to that bot tower. And Saberlight right now got back to behind the tower. Taiga is level 2 now, and it's going to be much harder for Saberlight to sustain while sitting back here. So I imagine we're going to see this struggle once more. Mickey needs to probably come kick them out one more time. And if they manage to do that, then it's going to be extremely hard for Singularity to play behind this tower. On the other hand,
actually goes for the call here with the Light Strike Array coming down. I think Tiger is dead. Yep, there's a spin. Saberlight, a sweet 19-year-old boy from Europe, gets himself a kill up in the top lane.
And this is the ideal situation for backlaning, because Taiga is now level 2, has to walk out all the way again to a lane where there is really nothing to get. If he messes with that pull from Saberlight, he's just gonna die. If he sits next to Mickey, he is just going to be absorbing EXP while doing nothing. So, very rough game for him. So they're going to have to fight, and you can see Mickey coming back in. He's level 5.
Yeah, the call comes out onto him, and that'll set up for an easy Light Strike Array, but they can't get through that Flame Guard, which means there's still going to be a ton of damage coming out onto the Axe, and Axe might just lose his life here as he gets run down by Mickey.
That's how I do it.
Yep.
So, Taiga's suffering, but Mickey gets the right trade for it.
Yeah, they need a little bit more levels on this Lina in order to bring down. Oh, they actually manned the assault down at bottom. Yeah, and Sania's getting caught out here, but that Edict doing a lot of work to save him from a bit of the damage, but not enough. And Sania will be dropped to the floor. Boxy trying to help out, though. Pixie's not particularly healthy here either, but he's going to keep up that decay, and a nice stun from Mage, going to catch out Boxy, and whilst they are now... Oh, hi, Excalibur. Where'd this guy come from? Just random Meepo out of goddamn nowhere just comes in and grabs a kill. And now Excalibur's also going to be able to clean up a couple of these spiders here at mid, but not really worth a whole lot of gold, so not getting much from that.
He has to keep Qualifier out of this this side camp, as I said. He has to establish dominance so that Qualifier has to go back to his own side of the...
Ooh, and top DNZ getting run down by Mickey and Tiger. They're really starting to take control of this top lane, Liquid. But whilst bottom is going the way of Singularity, and mid could be considered to be going Singularity's way as well, but to be honest, they're both just farming like madmen. Top is definitely Liquid's turn.
Well, Saberlight's still getting a lot done, and he is well on his way to a Vanguard, but yeah, you trade it for... You see, one of the problems with the side lane Ember is that he doesn't get enough experience, but if you literally give him one-on-one time with the creeps under tower because you're not challenging him at all, then you just have 2 mid-heroes on the side of Liquid right now.
Yeah, I could...
Both just got solo experience.
They're trying to do the same thing for Saberlight, but you've seen before, when he was left alone, they were able to kill him, so you can't really do quite the same thing, so DNZ has to be here to back him up. It also offers some kill threat onto Tiger as well. Qualification, this was just for Saberlight here. But they're pinging. Yeah, they wanted to make some space and try and come for this kill, so Insania's making his way over. DNZ keeping in sight. Saberlight might know this is going down though. Yeah, he's going to come and go downwards. DNZ ready to back up his friend if needs be. And yep, there comes Light Strike away. Meepo's coming over as well. Inside, I didn't expect this one as the call is down and the kill is there. Sableye will survive. And no, he's not. He's dead. Did get himself a bunch of spiders before he went down, but yeah, that's a lot of 9s coming through for Excalibur as Qualifier taking chunks out of DNZ. Excalibur just coming in, trying to go for the body blocks. He still hasn't got a net for a very long time, and actually with Mickey coming around, they might even offer a kill threat onto him, so he has to leave DNZ behind. That is going to be another kill for Mickey, who is getting a lot done up in this top lane, now creeping ahead on net worth off a Saberlight. We are not going to look at CS any longer because there's too much creep hitting going on. There's too many kills coming on. And talking about kills, bottom lane as well. Boxy does dodge out the split up, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep him alive. Mage is going to eat up those mangoes to keep those Pulse Novas coming through. And now, well, he's got an edict in 10 seconds. They might want to keep the pressure on this tower, but he doesn't have that much health. So if he does want to stay here, they got to keep him safe. Goes and buys a bottle from the secret shop. And that should be enough. Mage now. Yeah, there's that edict. Tiger's going to come in and actually do a lot of damage to Mage right now, but not enough to get him off the tower. And this tower will be falling as Pexu just zones them both, taking the fight right into their faces here. He's not scared at all.
And a risky play from Tiger there as well, because the edict just gives away his position.
Excalibur playing around with the spider in mid. Gotta be careful of these nets. When those nets come out, Quaker could find himself losing a lot of spiders, but Mickey's coming around the back. The chain's coming out onto both the Meepos. Excalibur, not sure there's much left to be done as the net gets dodged by the Ember, and that's going to be a freebie. Nice rotation from Mickey. And as he said, you know, 2 mid laners as Mickey comes rotating into the mid lane from the safe lane. Not many carries would do that.
No, but Mickey has always been more of a tempo player, hasn't he? And he's been set up so well by the way that Singularity chose to play their lanes. Mage,
nice little juke there. Yeah, he's got his dancing shoes on. Might get caught out. No, Tiger guesses the wrong way. Nice escape there. And Pexu trying to do the same thing. Might not be so lucky though. Tiger closes a gap just on the tail edge of the TP there. And now Mickey's going to charge him down. Pexu, the laggards clean you. I hate life. That's a good one.
Yeah, he got pretty tired of that. I think he was trying to TP probably to the top shrine, but Mage already went, or someone already went that direction, I should say, because that TP was too long to just take him to base. And yeah, Mickey is leaning full on into this playmaking style. He's got those drums, he is ready to rock and roll, and he's ready to make some space for Boxy because Boxy has had the hardest lane. And I like this of these triple medium core lineups, that whichever cores get out of the laning stage well, they don't just have to sit around and wait for more items.
Yeah.
You always have someone who can make tempo, and in this case, that is going to be Mickey.
Rotations down bottom, but Tiger is following. Excalibur does need to be a little bit careful here. He's completely alone, despite being near a TP point. There is Tiger and Mickey, both are staring at him right now. The other Meepo is going to make their way over. Mickey is seen, but I don't think this is going to be a kill. They're searching for him and they won't find him. That said, Mage is coming around. Well. Yeah, Mickey might try and steal this. Doesn't manage to do so. Try to go for the stylish plays with the sleight of fist and pick up, which you can do, but unfortunately didn't quite work out.
That is 4 runes for SNG, but a free mid tower for Qualifier, who may be paying the price right now.
No, they've got him dead to rights here, I think. In comes a stun. Not even needed. Excalibur finishes the job, and that is a spider squashed. All 8 legs.
The Leshrac coming into the mid lane right now with level 3 Edict. That is a tower trade, and Qualifier making things a little bit harder there than they should be. I don't think he necessarily needed to take that.
Down the bottom, Excalibur, he's getting ahead of himself here, going onto the Ember Spirit with Tiger coming in to try and help out, but he's got no ultimate just yet. Although he might be able to pop the book and turn it around, but actually, Mickey's just able to escape with Remnant.
Boxy's gonna get run down on top lane.
It's looking that way, isn't it? Light Strike Array, that is going to land, although in comes Insania to save the day, so they turn their attention, quickly deal with him. Now they look towards Boxy. In comes Reaper's side, not doing much to the Leshrac, but now the tree comes in. He's got the overgrowth, the tower is dead, but the Leshrac dropping low. Mage, he's going to get finished off as Mickey jumps around the fight, but another Liquid Hero gets culled up by Saberlight. A look towards Mickey as well, but this guy, he's got full health. He's got a lot of damage. Saberlight needs to be careful as he backs himself out. That is going to be a 4 retreat from Singularity, but they get themselves a tower and 3 kills along with it. A big win for the boys in green.
And Box is still struggling to get back into this game. He is really the weak point of his lineup right now, and he's just getting run down. This is one of the problems of running this this Broodmother is that she is going to take up a lot of your own jungle space if she can't freely move into the opponent jungle, and that leaves Foxy pretty exposed. He's got to be on a lane. He's on
Yeah,
a lane. He is a target.
yeah. He doesn't get a whole lot of freedom this game. You know, Necrophos, if he doesn't come down in the lane though, even if he does have a jungle, you never really see him coming back. You want to see him securing some kills with Reaper's Scythe. That's kind of his comeback mechanism. If you can just go into team fights and steal kills with Reaper's Scythe of his teammates, then that usually gives you the gold and experience you need to be a hero once again. But not really going to be happening too much, I don't feel.
At the very least, not if he's the first target. You want to come in later for that, which again, why you need to be off map. So DNZ is going to try to hold this tower on his own, but I think he knows that he's in for a rough one.
Yeah, kind of just waiting for death right now, I feel. Although, okay, he seems to think there's someone else around here. He was wrong, but there you go.
It's worth checking.
Yep. Yep.
And at the very least, DNZ got some information there. Got some...
Yeah, look at top lane. They've actually just lost their top tower. Or they do have to fortify to keep it alive. And now Mickey coming in from behind. Leshraki is dead to rights. In comes... Oh my god, look at the spiders. The spiders on zombie action. But they'll take down that tombstone and take down Pexu along with it. Did your game just lag horribly?
Yes, yeah, my CPU spiked a little bit there, gotta say.
Yeah, I think it was the servers just dying in at the moment those spiders come out, and then the zombies come on the spiders, and then it's all very
didn't that
tricky.
nearly end Midas mode?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, they were not happy with having that matchup several times.
Thanks.
It was unplayable for the players themselves.
Yeah, little spikes in this game mode, not quite as bad. Now Tiger, he's making his way over to the Meteor Hammer de la Meteor, as they call it in France.
Ah.
Oui. So he's going to be able to... Oh, nope. Cyberlight says no thank you, no trees for you, dragging him away. And now the Split Earth coming in as well. There's going to be no escape for Tiger. He gets punished. That is a Blink Dagger reveal on the axe, and a pretty good hero to use it on, I would say. I mean, it's not an Ember Spirit, but still, I think you take Tiger down the moment you can, just because there's information off the map.
And you get the stop tower out of it now.
Yes, Mage is just going to come in. There's no Fortify. Edict will claim it one way or the other.
And Tiger has not put any points into living armor, so you can really contrast him with Pexu in that previous game, who was all in on the living armor, keeping that mid tower alive. And Tiger is just, no, I want to walk in trees and punch people.
Yep. Bring out the trees.
See,
I've seen people struggle to do this before today. Can you not ward this cliff anymore? Is this like a silent change?
Sorry, which cliff?
The one just up here.
No, it's definitely still possible. Oh, that smoke's gonna get spotted immediately.
Yeah, and then Saberlight jumping straight in onto Mox. Boxy just ready for it and tearing through the Necropulse, but in comes the False Promise, keeping him alive for the time being. And look at the damage coming out from the Ember Spirit as well. They had actually got them all grouped up together, and look at the damage coming through. Singularity, they can't survive. Excalibur trying to deal with the spider on the backlines, but can't even bring down Koikva, and Excalibur's going to get finished off as well. It's going to be a full wipe if they can catch DNZ, but no one even cares enough to chase her. Lena escapes down the river. Mickey and Tiger, they see her. They don't care nearly enough to chase down this Lena. Oh, maybe they do. Oh, yeah, she's going to get the ring. And there we go. Mickey now actually godlike on this Ember Spirit. He's had so many kills, and the damage in that. I want to see his output. Oh, okay. Apparently, we want to see the fight recap actually of that singular Sleight of Fist onto the Lena. So there we go. 227 damage done. Wow, look at all the use Sleight of Fist. Who has that? Cool.
Dota.
Thank you, Dota. That's what I wanted.
So, yeah, so much damage, and especially they have no way to get onto that back line if the axe just jumps the front line, because you can't actually kill off that Necrophos if he has the Oracle Altar. There's no way that you can out damage that amount of healing, but it's just a typical case of tunnel vision, really. You see someone, you jump someone, and then too late you realize you are in this
Singularity
funnel.
just coming straight back into it. They are not scared at all, but Mikkei's going to get caught out, but he dodges the stun with the sleight of fist. That is probably kind of unlucky right now, and DNZ is going to get picked off on the backline as Quake for coming in. Oh my god, there's so many zombies, but they take care of the tombstone fairly quickly. They have to if they want to play the game and not have the computers explode. Like towards Undying now, and Undying is just going to get chased down by Koikva and all his little squiggly friends. Oh no, exact same attempt and the exact same outcome. If getting off a little bit lighter on Singularity this time around.
Yeah, and I imagine that this is all fueled by the fact that they got the E-Blade Blink ready on the Meepo, doesn't have that much gold in his pocket, so he hits the timing, and Excalibur right now is trying to make things happen. But I don't think they're choosing their moments quite right. It feels a little bit forced. They were like, their ward is still up. I can see why they were going towards it once more, but these are not the angles you're looking for. I feel like Excalibur might want to sit back a little bit more. Let's see if Saberlight can find a good kickoff again instead of forcing these 5-on-5 fights where you're just clearly getting out damaged by the fighter.
Yeah, but I mean, would we be saying the same thing had the axe connected with that call onto the Ember Spirit?
I don't think he dies.
They don't have enough.
Like, it depends. I didn't actually see the positioning of the Oracle there, but especially if that Oracle was close enough, I don't think he dies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Oracle would have been close enough if they connect with a call. That means no Flame Guard, that means quick kill, but I don't know. It didn't happen, so we'll never know, but I feel like it could have gone better.
Definitely. If they get the Ember there, and especially like the question is, for example, if you get both Taiga and the Ember, yeah. But that's one of the prices you paid for getting Taiga there, was not getting the Ember. It's rough.
Yeah.
Watching that speedy tree run down.
I was watching the speedy brood just farming away in the jungle. Taiga quite close to this Meteor Hammer now as well, so gonna be that super annoying presence on the enemy side of the map.
I love that item.
Really nice versus Meepo as well.
Yes. And he's such a single target oriented hero, at least where his damage is concerned, that having another AoE stun is great. And he provides some tower threat with that too. You see position 4 is often pushing over like these far sides of the map past the past the elbows, I usually say. And if you don't have any tower damage to go with that, you don't.
Oh, Saberlight, they find themselves Treant Protector. Excalibur's going to blink on as well. They're going to be able to find this kill. The Culling Blade misses, but that's only because he wanted to give the kill to his teammate, because he is just a sweet 19-year-old boy, Saberlight. What he does. Nothing but matters. Oh, the tombstone being dropped down. Mage on top of him as well. Insania is going to be the target. Can they bring him down in time? Yes, they can. Quakever thinking of coming over. Wants to bring down the tombstone. Will not be able to, though. And Boxy, he's just getting absolutely melted. Does get the Reaper Scythe off, though. That's going to result in a kill onto Mage. And Pexy's also going to drop as well. And I don't think Saberlight's surviving this one. There's a BKB on Quakever. She's just going to rip through Saberlight. No problems at all. Excalibur on the back lines, but realizes he's now all alone. Trying to get himself out, but they've left a Meepo behind. Excalibur cannot leave him. So he turns around, starts to get the fight off, but it's just not happening. Tiger pops up, throws in an overgrowth just for fun, and making sure that Excalibur will certainly die. Another 4 heroes dropping in Singularity, feeling like Liquid are omnipresent right now. Everywhere they go, all of Liquid already are, and it is very painful and very tricky for them to play against right now, as DNZ doing what he can to stop this Roche attempt, but really there's not much he can do, unfortunately. Although that said, he can distract them. He can look like a tasty piece of meat, and down he goes. So, back to work, or... Oh, actually leave him Roche. Okay.
I can see how Liquid would be a little bit more careful with coming back in now, because trading the life of a support who might have buyback is a setup for potential Roche comeback. You'd rather buy back on that support and get your full 5 back than buying back on these cores. So it's a valid back right there. They don't need to
Tiger again, though. They've got these sentries down, and Mage coming in. They want to take the free, but they want a piece of the tree and pie. Oh, well, grab that themselves. Very herby, I hear. Tree and pie. Well, Excalibur's actually trying to sneak a Roche, but there's a spider coming into the pit, which is gonna I'm gonna throw a spanner in the works, or throw a spider in the works, I guess.
Yeah, the rush is a hot item right now. I don't think you can get that. And right now, Singularity, I can see why he's walking into the pit, because they are at a standstill. They've run in several times and they get rebuffed every single time. So they're hitting these item timings, right? Meepo he's got a blink now. He's going to go on towards that Skadi. They have, for example, Aether Lens on the Lina. She could do a lot of work. This Saberlight Axe is not having a bad game at all. He's nearly got a Blade Mill finished as well. So they certainly have item progression going, but they can't seem to do anything with it. And that leads to things like, okay, what do we do when we can't punch through? Well, we go Roche. But they can't go Roche. They're constantly going to get scouted, and especially in these clustered fights where the Ember Spirit does so much damage, they don't stand a chance.
Interesting thing is going on in the Roche pit right now. Chameleons fight up these seemingly endless spiders. Another one. See you later. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah, as you were saying about Saberlight, though, he is he's getting himself that Blade Mail soonish, so like not super far behind, but I mean, he's actually got it finished up now, so yeah, he's doing okay. You got to remember that it's a 22-minute game. It feels like it's a 30 minutes into the game so far, because you got a Meepo and a Brood. These heroes have farmed so ridiculously fast that they've just got like a crazy amount of items. Brood's got like Midas, BKB, Aghanim Scepter, Diffusal. I mean, that's just insane. And Excalibur's hanging around with a Blink, Ethereal Blade, and now an Ultimate all picked up, heading towards that side of the Vice. And Mickey's had an amazing game as well, so he's got a ton of money. Like, everyone looks super fun.
Excalibur jump first, not Saberlight.
Yeah, but he's going to go straight onto the back. He finds the Oracle. This is a great pickoff. They can kill him in time, and yes, they will. Now, they can maybe look for more. They did throw down the Tombstone for that one, but I think that's totally worth it. Maybe Roche is going to be the call. Yeah, it looks like they're heading over there right now. Excalibur, Saberlight, Pexu, and DNZ all making their way through. Tiger and Quakever are farming nearby. Mike as well. I mean, they've got so much poke just to play around in this pit, and they actually back off, which is surprising because you'd think that they've realized that there's no way they're getting that for free. So, yeah, I think it's interesting that they see the spider and they're just like, oh, guess we can't do Roche anymore. It's like, was that always your plan, just to try and sneak it? I don't know. Seems awkward.
Well, there is a BKB on the Lash now. They might have just wanted to wait a couple of seconds.
Yes, this is it. I like this a lot. However, there's also Radiance on the Necro, so this hero who was previously doing nothing is now going to do something. There's an Arcane Rune on Mage as well. Wow, this is... stars aligning right now. For Singularity a little bit, but they're still nervous. I mean, 12 seconds until Insania is up. If they start a fight, then they'll probably be there in time. These fights aren't that quick. They're going to go for the smoke anyway. See what they can find. Tiger, it's going to be hard. Oh, Saberlight misses the jump, though. They still get the dust off. They see Tiger, but I think that's it. The Mage, he's getting a bit carried away here, popping up onto the high ground, but will get away with it. Ooh, didn't like that. That was a little bit hot seat there, but in the end, Singularity get away with it. Liquids get away with it.
Clever little smoke there, but unfortunately doesn't quite pay off. And it's back to the drawing board. If they get a good engagement, well, they're moving down to bot. Saberlight wants to make another attempt on his elusive Ember Spirit, but the backup's already coming in. Liquid is smoked on the side.
He's going for the bounty rune. Exu, he's going to grab it. He's going to be happy with going down here, but Saberlight goes for the grab, but again, dodged by the sleight of fist. He just can't catch him. Mickey, too damn slippery, and the Reaper's Scythe going to claim Saberlight as well. Oh man, I mean, I don't even think that would have changed much if he did manage to catch Mickey in that call. Mickey still has a ton of health. He had a BKB charge to burn through as well, so I just don't really think that was ever going to work out too well.
And now Qualifiers is in the pit.
Yeah, not wasting much time getting in there and getting things done. Roshan is starting to fall, and Mickey helping him out as well. 25 minutes, and this will be uncontested. There's still 45 seconds until Saberlight will return to the game, so time to come.
Once again, Singularity really find themselves in the corner. Like, I feel they especially haven't been able to keep Mage alive at all. Either he isn't in the fight, or if he is, he just melts immediately. And I can't help but wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that Excalibur just hasn't been in the front line of these fights. He's pretty tanky, he's got that evasion, and they just haven't really been leveraging him. Uh-oh. Mage got found by Taiga. He's gonna get his TP cancelled, and Mickey is on his way. Mage, I don't think he can.
Mage might try and turn this one around and get a return kill. I think he realizes he's probably dead anyway. Tiger coming in just for an extra punch, but Leshrak getting burnt down. Doesn't even pop the BKB for it. He knows it's pointless. It's a double damage Ember Spirit. Your time is over. And Mickey actually picking up the Battle Fury. Interesting.
I mean, that's an extra anti-Meepo tool, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, he's kind of grabbing a couple of spiders there as well.
Yeah, and he's actually also most likely, if he jumps on zombies, he's going to most likely cleave off of them, and that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, true. And you can jump onto the zombies, can you?
I'm not sure. I seem to remember that, but here's the thing. This is why people ask me for advice about the map and not about the hero match.
Oh,
we're gonna see it in action soon.
Yeah, bringing him and the boys down on the bottom lane. This tower is going to be the target, and it will not be very long before Qualifier brings it down. Yeah, let's drop him pretty quick. This Brood Freedom pretty confident. She's got herself a 9-second BKB with an Aegis of Immortality. Not much can bring her down, even if Saberlight does land a huge call.
He just whiffed very narrowly on Insania.
Would have been a good pick off. Meanwhile, up at top, there's a singular Meepo. Oh, blinking away. Very nice. But still, the Ember will chase. And there comes the root. He needs to get that second poof off. Luckily, he has the Hex. So Hexcalibur should be okay. Ooh. Close. Another root was coming in. Yeah. Living it on the edge.
For sure. But at least he's finally showing his face out there, getting things done. He drew the attention of 3 of the Liquid heroes to the top lane, which means like possible pick-off potential right now. If, for example, Taiga would have overextended, and they're pinging him, he broke the smoke. They know he's in those trees, so that might mean that Saberlight can go hard on top lane. They see boxing.
Yeah, here we go. The call comes in. They managed to find the Necrophos. It's someone at least, but Insania's right behind him, so it doesn't really look like there's going to be much chance to kill unless they can find Insania. Saberlight's taking a ton of damage. In comes the Reaper Scythe onto the Meepo. Excalibur's taken out immediately. Pexu and Saberlight going to follow as well. Fights a bit of a disaster. Singularity still trying to make something out of this, but Mage is going to be run down as well. There is just too much damage on the side of Liquid. The moment they turn up to the fight, they just destroy them. The GG is called. The game is over. Meepo has no buyback. And that is going to be that.
A bit of an anticlimactic end there, but you could really feel that Singularity had been just straining against this pressure that Liquid put on them at all sides for 15 minutes now, maybe even 20.
Yeah.
As soon as the laning stage was over, they really had nowhere to turn. Like, for a while, their only option was Boxy, but as soon as he disappeared off the map, it was just all Mickey finding pickoffs. And I gotta say, it felt like they were playing without their Meepo.
Yeah, the Meepo was really struggling to get these pickoffs. I mean, you know what he had to do. You know, someone had to get the Oracle. And it felt like everyone was just trying to ignore the dire heroes and just go straight in for Insania every single fight. And there was just too much damage on the side of Team Liquid for them to get away with that. If they try that, they're just going to get killed en route every single time. Not forgetting the fact that they've got a ton of lockdown as well. AoE damage coming out. And Team Singularity are making themselves very easy targets when they clump up like that. Just to throw all of Ember's spells into it. Throw the Necrophos into the middle of it all. And you try and run past the Necrophos to the Oracle, there's only one thing that's going to happen. Necrophos is going to stay alive, keep on pumping out those heals onto your entire team, and then the Ember Spirit's going to jump in, Brood as well. She's not going to take long to get to these fights with this Aghanim Scepter either. It doesn't matter where she is, she's going to be there if you take too long to get these kills. And there were no instant pickoffs from Team Singularity. You got to start the fights with a quick kill. And that just wasn't proving possible. And partly due to the Oracle pick, partly due to just the targets which Team Singularity kept finding.
Yeah, like their only solution maybe would have been to do a double initiation, like one to get the fight going and the second one on Insania as soon as you find out where he is. Lock down the damage source first, preferably with Excalibur, which is why I was like, well, I kind of want him to jump first. And then Saberlight waiting and going for the Oracle in the backlines as soon as you find out where he is.
Yeah.
That would have maybe been an option. And then if you manage to spread the fight out like that as well, at the very least, you're not all going to die just because Mickey is flying around on top of you. Unfortunately, though, there was no good opportunity for Singularity to get a fight like that off, and Mickey had such a beautiful game.
Yeah, really fantastic atmospheric performance from him. 15-0 with 16 assists. I mean, that is just getting completely out of hand. And building up that Battle Fury as well, just to get a little bit of extra damage out in these team fights onto Excalibur. How much damage does he even have at the end of the game? Damage dealt, Ember Spirit, 33,000 damage. That is absolutely insane in a 29-minute game. That is a lot, a lot. And that means that Team Liquid, I believe, have confirmed their spot at the top of the group. And well, it might not be at the top of the group. I think, yeah, they definitely confirmed their spot in the playoffs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
100% confirmed. Do you know?
Let me quickly run the mental maths here. Even if they lose their last series versus Ascomani, they are still going to sit. Yeah, because they just beat their direct opponent,
Yeah.
and that means that they would have that advantage,
Yep.
even if Singularity ties.
Yeah. So congratulations to Team Liquid with their new roster securing themselves the very first playoffs in these qualifiers. Of course, nothing set in stone just yet, but they do manage to make it through to the playoffs and out of the group stage. The first team which can sit back, take a nice long breath, and really enjoy their last game. Team Singularity, meanwhile, the pressure is still on them a little bit, and it would really suck to lose out this far into these qualifiers. So they're going to have to try and fight hard through their next series and hope that the coins fall in their favor. They're going to be playing up against Hippomaniacs after the next series, and of course, the next series is going to have to be Ascomani versus Wind and Rain. And of course, being the Danish stack, Ace and Friends versus Hippomaniacs, a very important game for these two teams. Ascomani have gotten 2 draws, Hippomaniacs have gotten 3 draws, and they need to find an advantage over one another. Otherwise, they might be stuck down below with Wind and Rain. And Wind and Rain, of course, still have an opportunity to get themselves. Sorry, Hippomaniacs aren't playing versus Wind and Rain, who are very close to elimination. In fact, Wind and Rain need to win this next series in order to get themselves a chance at not being removed. Their DPC dreams on the line. Coming up next, but congratulations Team Liquid for taking this series, and well, we're going to be back very shortly with the next matchup. So if you enjoyed the cast, please let us know. My name is Nomad, she is Kips, and we'll be back very shortly with the next